Hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the LRC F2 Championship in Imola. Today, sorry for a bit of a delay, but obviously wonderful game. The sound obviously wasn't working for the one-shot quali, which I found yeah, quite surprising because I did check if everything works. But alright, let's not worry about it. You have seen the qualifying order. Again, sorry for skipping the one-shot quali altogether. Yeah, now we're heading to the sprint race. And let's hope that this race delivers as much emotions as the IRL Grand Prix, the Brazil Grand Prix, which definitely did deliver some emotions. For some maybe negative, but those were emotions, and that's kind of what matters in racing, right? So today will be a mostly dry race, as we know, very dry place, Italy, especially the south. I don't think Imola is in the south, but just a fun fact. Mediterranean conditions, I shall say. As now we're heading into the formation lap. We see Bablo in first, having a reverse grid pole position. If there is a problem with the sound, please notify me on the chat. I don't know if the game saved the settings or not. I hope it did. I think it did. Won't check now. If there's just wrong, just please notify me on the chat. And before the start of the race, I want to apologize for occasional coughing or the weird my weird voice. I'm just a little bit sick, so yeah, sorry about that. And yeah, let's hope that this race is gonna be the one to remember for only the positive reasons. We see Pablo in first place, with Lenlen in second. So Lenlen finished fourth in the sprint quali, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. I'm a bit rusty in F2. So let me just quickly get everything set up. All right. Right, so we see everyone on the medium set of tires. Well, there's really nothing to point out here. Drivers just have to get their cars to the finish line. No real strategy involved in being involved in the sprint race. There's really no import. I mean, there's no need for a pit stop. The only moment when a pit stop is necessary is if you crash. Well, hopefully no one crashes and everyone gets to the finish line safely. But you never know, you never know. There may be a lot of things happening in this race, as Pablo is the first driver that comes, arrives to his grid slot, as he lines up in the first place. I don't think anyone missed their marks yet, as I don't know. I think it's Blazer. I think it's Blazer who just no, it's Ludi Cesar or Kimmy. I think he missed marks there. I'm not really sure. All right, as we now approach the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lights, and it's go in Imola as drivers launch their machines. Trimashave gets a great start, followed by Lelen, then Bablo, then Blazer. What a great camera that was. Trimashave in first, Lelen second. Terrible start by Bablo, who's already down to there was a massive carnage. I didn't really notice that one. I think Phil is in the gravel trap. Phil's in the gravel trap. As we can see, just entered the first corner. Coolest 10th. Tim Blyche 9th. Luli Cesar, great start from 11th place into 8th. 7th, I Like Trains, also making up some positions, I believe. Yes, he made up 3 positions, but the best start so far, Loris. up by 6 positions. So from the last place into the first, into 6, sorry. With gap of 4/10 to Mr. Zuxen, who is 5th. 4th Leland, 3rd Blazer, 2nd Bablo, and 1st Tremeshave, who gained 2 positions. And he started 3rd, let us remember. And there's a massive crash. Mr. Zuxen is facing backwards. He has to reverse back on the track. Oh, will he come back into Phil? Phil spins because of him. And that will promote Kateshi into 11th, I think. Yeah, it did. What an unsafe unsafe rejoin by Mr. Zuxen. That was horrifyingly bad, and hopefully stewards will handle that incident well, as Loris falls into 7th place. Julie Cesar gained, Kimi gained a place there over him. I like trains still in 5th. Coolest fighting with Loris, I believe. Yeah, fighting with Loris. He almost got him. I think he got him for a second, but then he lost the position again. I apologize. Loris defending for his life. I don't know if he has a little bit of damage on his front wing. I'm not really too sure about that. Not Tremeshave, well, quite easily pulling a gap on Bablo there. Massive pace advantage over the second driver in the 2nd place, as Blazer overtakes Bablo, tries to overtake Bablo on the inside in Aqua Minerali. He will now try to go around the outside. No, he will not. He backed out of it. It was definitely way too dangerous, as Bablo exceeds the track limits. He definitely did get a warning for that, but I don't know. Will it affect him later? That's the question. Will Blazer go down the inside here? Yeah, he did go down the inside, but he failed to keep his position in. He failed to pull alongside Bablo on the apex. Hang on a second. What's happened? Alright, here. I clicked something. I'm sorry. Coolest is up into 7th place, as Tim Bleich fell down to 8th. Loris also got overtaken by Tim Bleich for some reason. I don't really catch what was going on here because I was fixing my UI. I apologize for that. But Loris is definitely missing. Yeah, what's up?
Switch scenes, please. You're not showing the gameplay.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. Have a good stream.
I apologize for that one. I might have not noticed the lack of gameplay. Well, that was an epic fail. I hope no one was watching it. No one was watching. Alright, it's a fresh start, right? And I think I know why. Alright. I have to use my steering now. I was clicking the driver changing stuff, and it was also the hotkeys to change the scenes. Alright, that's my bad. Alright, let's focus on the rest of the race now. No one came into the pits yet. There's no stops for now. Bablo 5 seconds behind Tremeshave. There's some lagging going on there, but there is a fight for 2nd place right now between Blazer and Bablo. Bablo with the DRS. Will he be able to overtake Blazer? No, he was actually defending Blazer, and he lost that battle. Blazer overtaking Bablo with the DRS and getting up to the 2nd position. Now he has about 9 laps to catch Tremeshave. Will he be able to accomplish that? I don't know. It seems for now that the pace advantage is there, but how big is it? That's the question. That's the question. Tremeshave obviously under a lot of pressure right now. As we can see, the gap is shrinking dramatically, I shall say. Lalen is also putting pressure on I Like Trains. Or I Like Trains actually overtook Lalen. I did not catch that, I apologize. Pablo fell down to 5th with... he got overtaken by Lalen. And Kulis is also putting pressure on Bablo. He is only 2 seconds back, 2/10 back on him, as 2 drivers got a penalty. I think it was Loris and Kimi. As Kulis tries to move around the outside. Was in the last corner ahead. Is ahead. Will Pablo push him wide? No, he did not push him wide. It's a good overtake by Coolest as Pablo spins around into the almost into the wall. I don't think he has any damage. No, I don't think so. But he dropped down a lot of places and he is right now behind Loris, who I dare to remind you has front wing damage, which will definitely impact his performance in this race. As Stimbleich retires in the pit lane, I believe. I'm sorry. There's really no close battle aside from Lellen trying to keep his car as close to I Like Trains' Prema as possible. He is only 1 second back, but he just fell out of the RS, so that's yeah. Alright, let's now let's slide back and watch the battle for 10th. Or actually, let's not watch it because the gap just increased up to it just now decreased. I think Kateshi made a massive mistake there, and Will Zoxon made a run at it. No, I mean he tried, but he kind of failed. There was no track limits involved in this corner as they approach Aqua Minerali, and Loris gets another 3-second time penalty, which will effectively put him for now in 8th place behind Pablo, and I think maybe behind Phil as well if he doesn't get any penalties. I think it has to do a lot with with his existing front wing damage. Apologies for that. I think it has to do a lot with his existing front wing damage, which is obviously making his car way more understeery, as we can see Mr. Zuxon just made a move on Kateshi, who lost a position. Kateshi also has a penalty, I remind you. I believe it's 3 seconds, right? Yeah, it's 3 seconds. Loris is the only one with a 6-second time penalty, and there is also Kimi with 3 seconds time penalty going into his final race time. Not really a lot happening around the track now, which was a joke, obviously, because Coolest is doing his best to catch Lellen, who is currently in 4th place, pretty decent position for the new team on Trident. Yeah, why did I not say that it's Trident? For the Trident, Coolest 6 tenths behind Lellen with the DRS. Lellen has no DRS, I remind you. He is 1.8 seconds behind Blazer, who is currently overtaking I Like Trains. I didn't catch that. Blazer just pulled a move on I Like Trains that put him 2nd place. I don't know how he lost that place, but he did. Cool. Lellen also got a 3-second time penalty, which technically does put him in 5th place, I think, right now. Yeah, it does put him in 5th place, as there is a yellow flag. There a spin. Mr. Zoxon spun, but he was a ghost for a second. I didn't really catch him off the track, but he definitely did spin. I Like Trains will be able to put enough pressure on the Ike's Racing driver and overtake him. I don't know, maybe. The gap, the Blazer's gap to Trimashave is shrinking, that's for sure, but I don't know. Oh, Trimashave got a penalty. Is that a 3-second? Yeah, that's a 3-second time penalty, which technically puts him in 4th place. Sorry, 3rd place, still a podium paying position, but definitely not what he would have liked. And definitely not what he definitely not what he deserves, because that was a great start. That was a great start from from 3rd spot, I believe, on the grid. Am I right? I think I'm right. Obviously, I'm always right. Every driver on the same tire, medium. I think no one pitted. No one pitted. Loris is at the moment with the fastest tire with the fastest time, I apologize. He did that time with front wing damage as well, which is quite sweet, quite neat. And apart from that, there was not really a lot happening on the track. Leland is trying to catch up to Coolest. He is only 4 times behind. He didn't lose that much time. Because he didn't lose that much. I honestly thought he will lose more because he did lose a lot of time to Coolest before, at the beginning of the race. But now he caught up with the pace to Mr. Coolest, which is pretty good to see. Every fight on the track is a good thing to see. As we can see, Lan with a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, 3-second time penalty. He will definitely not be able to overtake and pull a gap on Coolest, pull a 3-second gap on Coolest. I mean, well, maybe not definitely, but for now that seems like an unrealistic thing. As I Like Trains overtakes Trimashave on the DRS straight. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Trimashave, obviously with a 3-second time penalty, not fighting for the first place anyways. At least for now, because the other top 3 contenders have no penalties, which well, puts them ahead of Trimashave if they overtake it or not, if they overtake him or not. As Blazer overtakes Trimashave, and Blazer pushes Trimashave off the track. That was, well, I'm not gonna rate that maneuver, but that was, I think, quite dangerous personally. I just rated it, I'm sorry. That was not a great maneuver by Blazer. This maneuver, I hope, will be handled by the stewards appropriately. In the meanwhile, Coolest got overtaken by Leland, who will now try to defend his third position on the track in the DRS straight, because that's pretty much the only place on this track that you can safely overtake. Sorry, I meant that you can easily overtake. Rest is pretty much, well, it's a risky track to overtake on generally, except for the DRS straight. That's what I meant to say. As Coolest goes onto the right of Leland and overtakes him on the DRS straight. Leland loses that position, loses that fight, but let's see if he'll be able to regain that position on the next lap with the, I mean on this lap, but actually no, on the next lap, also using the DRS to his advantage, or maybe Coolest makes a mistake, like that one just that happened not long ago. We see the beautiful battle unfolding here in Imola. Obviously, I Like Trains is leading the race. I don't really notice when he overtook Blazer. I thought Blazer re-overtook I Like Trains, but never mind. As Blazer got a time penalty, and that puts Coolest in a really sweet position, or actually in a contention for P2 on the track. I mean, in the results. As someone just spun, I think, and it's Kateshi. Kateshi was off the track, just came back, and he lost his car once again. Will he be able to come back safely onto the track? Yes, he will be able to, and he did come back safely onto the track. Disappointing race for Kateshi, lost a lot of positions, to be precise. For also Bablo having a disasterful race, really not great. Prema car, his Prema he did not deliver in this race, I think, in the Prema car. I think he won't be happy with his performance in this race either. But yeah, it's racing. There's a lot of changing factors that come to the results as Aslan overtakes Coolest, and I didn't catch that again. I am so sorry about it. Will Coolest try to go at it and re-overtake Leland into this turn? I forgot the name of it, but it was definitely called something. As Coolest I'm sorry. Pablo gets a 3-second time penalty, but he will not lose any positions as an effect of that if the if the race stays as it is. Wow, there's a lot of things happening right here, and Coolest gets a time penalty. That's kind of the worst case scenario for Coolest, because he had a chance for second place, and now that chance, I think I can safely say, is gone, because he would have to catch 4 seconds Blazer. I'm obviously not including the scenario where Blazer crashes. That's also like a possibility, but but yeah. Plus pulls into the left and overtakes Lellen on the track and in the race. Nice overtake, Coolest. Gained 5 position in this race, by the way. Very nice drive from Coolest in this sprint race in Imola. Great performance by him. Obviously, I don't think he'll be too sad with third place on the track. That's not bad. We can see also Loris kind of gaining maybe his pace, his composure after losing the front wing, I believe, on lap 1, and slowly starting to catch up on the third and fourth drivers in this race, as there is someone off the track, and I believe that might have been Pablo, but I'm not really too sure. Not really a lot happening on the track right now, except for Lellen, who is still fairly close to Coolest. Only 4 tenths. That's a gap that he could easily change into an overtake on the DRS straight. That's gonna start right in the 50 meters. Now, Lellen opens his rear wing. He pulls. I was going to say that he uses the energy, but there's no energy in F2 cars. He goes on the right and he overtakes Coolest pretty nicely. Will Loris also try to go for it in turn 1? No, he did not try to go for it, but he definitely will try to capitalize from this battle. Obviously, Loris has 9 seconds as penalty, so he really cannot. He really won't be able to overtake these guys in the results, but at least he'll be able to. Oh, as he, well, gives Coolest a friendly nudge or a high five, as some might call it, to the rear wing. I don't think that's an offense worth of penalty, but I'll let stewards handle it. If Coolest decides to report it, neither side I think lost a lot of time. But yeah, let's not get into that. Loris with 1.5 tenths of a gap. That's also a gap that he could swap or overtake on the DRS straight. Coolest with 5 tenths of a gap to Lellen, which is a bit more, which is kind of a bit too much. But actually it's not, because Lellen overtook from the same gap on the last lap, so I don't know what I'm talking about. As I Like Trains finished the race in first, and I did not notice that because I didn't know it's the last lap. I'm terribly sorry for that. Congrats to I Like Trains, and congrats to Blazer. Lellen finishes third, Coolest fourth. Nothing changed there. Trimshay fifth. Loris fell down to 6th. I don't think he will fall down to 7th. No, he just about managed to hang on to 6th place by 1.5 seconds. So it was a really good race from Loris, I think, considering he had a front wing damage. But anyway, congrats to the winner, I Like Trains, who drove a great race, gaining 9 positions, starting in 9th place? Yeah, starting in 9th place. What a great race by him. What a great race. Obviously, congrats to Blazer. Also was a contender for the sprint race win. He kind of lost the pace a little bit in the middle parts of the race, made some mistakes, but it happens. It's only a sprint race. The big points are tomorrow, and tomorrow is actually in like, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. Well, that race definitely gives us some excitement coming to the coming to the main race, or the feature race, where the real points are scored. Mind you, the only the top 8 get points in the sprint race, and that's basically first place gets 8 points, second place gets 7 points, and you come down until it's 0. Ninth place gets 0 points. And I'm not sure if there's a fastest lap award in F2, but yeah, I think everyone knows that. The points current system. I may be wrong, obviously. Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. Yeah. What a great race. And I made a massive mistake, because it's not how F1 works, and I apologize. I like train swapping, getting, obviously, for now, the leader of this weekend, with 12 points in the bag. Blazer second, finishing second in the sprint race. Lallens third, finishing third in the sprint race. Coolest is fourth, getting 5 points. And yeah, that's about it for uh, the sprint race. Now we're coming into the feature race right now. This is also gonna be a dry race. I believe, at least, it's gonna be a dry race. Um, we're gonna have the original quali, the one-shot quali grid. It's not gonna be reversed this time, so we're not. We may see a bit less overtakes, but I guarantee you it's gonna be equally as satisfying to watch as the sprint race, which was pretty neat to watch. Except I missed a few battles, which I wholeheartedly apologize about. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I'm sorry. All right, we're waiting for players, I believe, right now. And yeah, we'll come back in a few seconds once the formation lap gets going. We are back in Imola for the feature race in the LRC Formula 2 Off-Season Challenge. I like trains in first place, as we can see. With, let's take a look at the tires. I like trains and Phil Malone on medium set of tires. The third, fourth, fifth, and sixth driver drivers are on super softs. So they are taking a bit more aggressive approach towards the start of the race. Tim Blythe, Chumashev, and Lellen are all on medium sets of tires. So they take a bit of a more conservative approach to the start of the race. Pablo and Kimi on super softs. They will try to punch their way forward with the tire advantage, I think. And Lrc starting the feature race in the last place on mediums. Hopefully for him, trying to maybe overcut the entire field. Maybe that's his strategy. We have no idea of knowing that. We can only guess. I like trains, the first driver in the queue, obviously, slowly coming into his grid slot. As he approaches his grid slot kind of from the side. I don't know if it's like a trick in Imola or something. But he got resetted a bit. He got resetted back because he parked a bit too far in front. Same with Coolest and Kateshi. Zoxen made a good job. Tim Blythe did a good job. Turmashev did a good job. Len did a good job. Pablo did a good job. Kimi did a good job. And Lrc did a great job. All drivers did a great job. Now, as we are waiting for the 5 lights ahead of drivers, and it's go in Imola, as there is no engine sound for some reason. Okay, it's not back. We do not see the cars. Alright, the cars are there. I like trains in the first place. Coolest in second. Will he try to challenge the trains guy? No, I mean yes, he did, and he overtakes I like trains and gets his Invicta into the first place in the feature race. Phil Malone drops into the third place. Blazer, I think also gaining some positions. Zoxen gained some positions. He is in 5th place right now. Tremashev in 6th on mediums. Lellen in 7th. Loris punching his way forward into 8th place. I think teleporting behind Loris. A bit of an internet fight for him, I think. Loris is 8th. What a great start from the Dutchman. Kadeshi 9th. Kadeshi is 9th. Kimi is 10th. Pablo 11th. And Tim Blythe is 12th. Coolest still in 1st place. Great start by the Englishman. I like trains is in 2nd. He's only 5 tenths behind Coolest. Coolest obviously is safe, I think. I mean, he hopes he's safe for now. There is no DRS, so that's a bit of an advantage for him in the first lap. Actually, no, in the second lap. The DRS should be enabled right now. But even without DRS, I like trains already tries to make a move on the Invicta driver. Invicta driver defends on the outside, and he defends successfully, pushing I like trains into a retreat. He retreated back into the 2nd place. So the fight will continue in this lap and maybe next laps. As I like trains, I think with a little bit of a pace advantage, and tries to overtake Coolest. Blazer, I didn't notice that Blazer is just about alongside I like trains. I like trains will have to defend right now, and Blazer gets a move done around the outside. I don't know if it was a track limit, as Phil Malone tries to make a move around the outside into the Aqua Minerali, but he fails, and he got kind of pushed out there, and he was unable to keep the tires unlocked, and he locked them up. Mr. Zoxen in 5th, trying to challenge his fellow countryman. He He is three tenths back. I forgot to change it to the interval. Here it is. He is only 2 tenths back. He will now have DRS. Will he be able to overtake his? There is no DRS, so it's not like F1. All right, noted. Coolest still. Coolest hanging on in first. Blazer trying to overtake him. They swap positions at some point with I Like Trains. I Like Trains obviously is probably not happy about it. Does he have any front wing damage? I do not think he does. No, he doesn't. Blazer is now the one that could challenge Coolest for the first place in Imola. Right here, will he go for it Will he go for it this time? No, he decides to wait, possibly for the DRS zone. Or does he? No, he decides to be impatient, and that impatience backfired kind of badly for him, because he did make contact with Coolest. Coolest obviously will try to defend as hard as he can, because that's a great position to be in first place, and it's a feature race, so it's a lot of points to get right now. Coolest making kind of a train. Coolest is forming kind of a train of about 6 cars, I believe. 7 cars actually. There's a 7 cars train behind Coolest. Everyone is eager to take Coolest's position, as Coolest is right now under fire from Blazer and I Like Trains, and he loses 2 positions in one straight. As we see Phil Malone also trying to capitalize this maybe a mistake of the English driver, but he fails to do so, and he's still in 4th place. Mr. Zoxon got a penalty. I'm guessing it is a 3-second one for track limits. We'll check that. That's a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Kimi also has, Luli Cesar also has the 3-second time penalty. Loris in 6th with no penalty this time. Last race, let me remind you, he had 9 seconds of penalty. I mean, it happens to the best of us, right? 2 tenths, and he spins out Mr. Zoxon in the Aqua Minerale. That's, I think stewards will have to take a look at it, because that, I don't think that was Mr. Zoxon's fault. I mean, it definitely wasn't his fault that he spun there. It was the hit in the back of the Trident driver, and possibly gaining a little bit of front wing damage in the process. It's not really, I don't really see any damage, so I think he's fine now. But this incident is definitely gonna be looked at by the stewards. But now we see Phil Malone closing up to Coolest on the straight in Monza before the turn 1. He fails to close the gap enough, and he is forced to retreat. Coolest's defending tactics working wonders for him, as he is still in the 3rd spot in this race, as Phil Malone thinks about going down the inside into this corner, but Coolest doesn't allow it. But the switchback worked wonders for Phil Malone there, as he makes a move on Coolest and puts his Rodent into P3. Great maneuver by Phil Malone. And I think a safe one. I think no one got damaged in the process, so that's really neat. Well, Loris in 5th will obviously think about capitalizing from Coolest's recent struggles. As Coolest really struggles for grip, and he boxes as well. I think he might have picked up some front wing damage, and he gets a 10-second time penalty, which is really not ideal. And that kind of ruins the race for the Englishman. Loris is now 4th, and he didn't have to work very hard to get that 4th because Coolest entered the pit lane. That race definitely took an interesting turn now. Trimashave is promoted up to 5th, and he is right now. He definitely will try to catch Loris, as there's a bit of a train again starting to form up behind I Like Trains. Actually, it's not really that big of a train because it still has 1.2 seconds gap to P2. But the grid is pretty close. It's Phil still has a chance of catching up to those guys if he picks up his pace. Obviously, no penalties in the top 6 so far, which I find pretty satisfying. And it's also makes the race more interesting, I think. I Like Trains still in first. He pulled 5 tenths on Blazer right now. He had a 1 second gap before he entered the pit as Loris gets the fastest lap. I Like Trains making an early pit stop, maybe too early. He was on a medium tire, so I would assume he would go longer on his tires, but he decided to pit quite early, only a lap earlier. In fact, only a lap later, in fact, than Coolest did on the super soft tire. Loris gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so I think that no penalties in top 6 thing is now gone. Yeah, a lot of drivers pitted right now, including Blazer, who pitted just now. I didn't notice in pitting. Really, I apologize for that. He is 1.8 seconds behind I Like Train, so he lost a bit of time in the pit stop. Maybe bad entry into his pit box. Could be. Coolest in 7th. with his 10-second time penalty for exceeding the speed in the pit, for not turning on his pit limiter on time. Tim Blythe in 8th. He did not pit yet. I apologize. I had to. I'm sorry. Tim Blythe in 8th. He did not pit yet. He did get a 3-second time penalty though. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. He got a 3-second time penalty. Same with Kateshi, Zoxon, and Kimi. And also Loris, but I don't think it will affect. It doesn't. Yeah, Loris now tries to overtake Phil Malone. As we can see, Loris is only 2 tenths behind Phil Malone. With a penalty, obviously, if the grid stays as it is, he would finish up 3rd. But there is still 10 laps to go, so and he is still yet to pit, so I don't think that will be the case. I mean, it may be the case, but you know, still a lot of things can change in this race. As Phil Malone locks up his tires going to the second last corner, and has a bad exit from the last corner, and he opens an opportunity for Loris to get an overtake done on him on the main straight, and he gets the job done. Loris is up into P1. He did not pit yet, so that's only a P1 for now. I Like Trains is 31 seconds behind him, and he's gaining time on Loris. So I think if Loris pits right now, I think he will end up in right about P6, I believe. As I Like Trains just puts the fastest lap of the race on his super soft tires. I like Trains puts the fastest lap of the race on his super soft tires. A blazing pace from the Prema driver. He did really. Um, he does seem like a potential contender for the victory in this race, in today's race. But not. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, and let's focus on the. I was about to say tomorrow, but then I realized that would be stupid. And let's focus on now. Lawrence is first, and he just pulled 2 seconds gap on Phil Malone, so he almost managed to outran the penalty, and he is very close to being in a in the P1 and like in the realistic P1, because for now he is in P2 if the race finished as it is right now. Shave in third, no penalties. He is pretty much in no man's land with 4 seconds gap, with 2 seconds gap to Phil. I just realized we're on leader time. With 2 seconds gap to Phil and 5 seconds advantage over Leland. I like Trains 20 seconds behind Leland, gaining a lot of time. He's also gaining a lot of time on Loris. Loris will have to watch. Watch I like Trains' advantage. Oh, as I just said that, he spins and resets back onto the track, which I don't think is legal in LRC, and I think he might get penalized for it because he did it right in front of Phil Malone, which definitely did scare him. I don't think Loris got front wing damage from it, but I definitely know that Phil Malone got some got some chills from that incident. Yeah, that must have scared him. I wouldn't be surprised if it did scare him. Beautiful road, and I lost the track of what I was saying. He is in first now, and he is 2.9 seconds ahead of Trimmershave. So he can get a track limit penalty if he wants right now as Leland pits finally, and he will swap his tires onto the brand new set of super soft tires. He will definitely have better pace from. He will definitely have better pace on those tires because they are the softer compound. And we'll see if he'll be able to catch up to his rivals. He lost a lot of time due to pitting so late. He is now down to 10th. He was much higher before that. I believe he was 5th before all that pit stops. But now he lost quite a significant amount of time, in fact, to his rivals. Actually, no, he wasn't 5th. I made a mistake. That Trimmershave was 5th. We can see no close battles. Actually, we can see a pretty close battle between Kateshi and Mr. Zoxon. Kateshi will try maybe to overtake Mr. Zoxon on the next DRS straight. I don't know if he'll succeed, but no one knows if he'll succeed. Even he doesn't know if he'll succeed. Yeah. Mr. Zoxon is a newer tire advantage, but it's only a 1 lap difference, so I don't think that's really a game changer in this situation. Kateshi exits the last corner with the gap of 8/10ths to Mr. Zoxon. It's also worth mentioning that they are both on 3-second time penalties. Kateshi gains time on Mr. Zoxon, but he definitely will not be able to overtake him right now. The gap is at the moment 4/10ths. Let's come back to this battle later on as we look at Loris trying to overtake Trimmershave as he bumps into the rear wing of Trimashev's campus car. Trimashev runs wide a bit there. Loris will definitely gain some time due to that in the process he opens his DRS wing and goes to the left and he gets the move done. Loris puts his MP Motorsport car into second place with a 3-second time penalty. His race is not really looking that great right now. He still is yet to pit, which can be quite quite a bad thing for him, especially considering that I Like Trains is only 20 seconds behind him. Which if he pits, Loris will come out far behind I Like Trains. I promise we'll come back to the battle, and we failed, but Kadeshi didn't manage to overtake Mr. Zuxon. In fact, he had a horrible lap 12, because he lost quite a significant amount of time to Mr. Zuxon, and now he was almost out of the DRS for a second there, but now he's back in, and let's see if he'll be able to do something with it at the end of the lap. As Trimashev dives into the pit lane, he manages to turn on the pit limiter in the correct with the correct speed. This is a pretty hard thing to do. I mean, you obviously are in the middle of the race. There is excitement going in your body, and you try to be as fast as you can coming into the pit lane. So a lot of drivers just kind of rush in a bit too fast, but that's understandable. That's the emotions and everything coming in, flowing through the minds of the drivers. So it's a mistake. It can happen to anyone, right? Trimashev comes out of the pit lane in 6th place. Also, Phil Malone pitted. I forgot to mention that. They are both on super softs, and they are on the brand new super soft, so they will be fast. Let's see if Phil Malone and Trimashev will be able to catch Mr. Coolest, who currently has a 3-second time penalty. And this race, and now the situation for Coolest is not looking that great. I'd say if he can manage to stay ahead of Trimashev in this race, that would be a pretty good thing for him, because he has quite an old set of tires on him, and he has 3-second time penalty, and he already lost his position to Phil Malone. Not on the track, but if you consider the penalties, he already lost the 4th place, which is quite unfortunate. He had a great start. He was leading the race for quite a long time. He tried his best defending, but yeah, he did not manage to defend I Like Trains and Blazer. But it happens. Loris and I Like Trains dove into the pits, and as I understand Loris pit, but I don't understand I Like Trains' pit at all. He definitely was in the pits, and that's his 2nd pit stop, and I have no idea. I have no clue why he decided to box. He may have gotten a penalty which I didn't notice, but I don't think he did. Maybe he got some front wing damage. Wow, that's a really interesting turn of events right there. I Like Trains is down to 10th place with a Prima reverse 1-2. Yeah, definitely not a great result. Not a great turn of events for Prima. Pablo in the last place with a big with a time penalty, as I Like Trains just overtook Llewellyn for P9 on the track, which is it's really a shame. I don't know why he had to pit. We'll ask him in the driver interview, but that's really a surprising stop for me. Well, we'll know the reason during when the interview time comes. Um, yeah, I know I cut, but I'm not really sure if I was on the correct. I'm not really sure if I was on the correct. I'm not really sure if. Crap! I'm sorry. I thought I I thought I changed my scene, so I had to check. I apologize. Uh, did we miss something? I don't think we missed a lot. Blazer. Well, I mean, we missed a lot. Blazer just overtook Phil Malone, and Phil Malone is down to. What am I talking about? Blazer is first, and Phil Malone is second. Phil Malone on newer set of tires, and wait, is it? Are the gaps even alright? I think it just kind of broke. Yeah, it's broken. What a great game, guys. What a professional game. Well, we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for the gaps, but I can safely say that Blazer is leading this race and that it's lap 17. I don't really know much else right now. I don't really think Coolest is 0.035 behind Phil Malone. Ah, there it is, back. Gaps are back. Phil Malone is 4 seconds behind Blazer. Coolest is 2.5 seconds behind Phil Malone, but he has a penalty, and I believe he might lose his position to Trimashave at the end of this race if something bad doesn't happen to Trimashave. If something bad if something bad doesn't happen to Trimashave, as Lars just overtook Coolest. Really not a great not a great turn of events for Coolest. He is down to net fifth place, which is the. I don't think that's what he wanted before this race, and he has but Loris, what a huge drift. But unfortunately for him, it's Imola and not Tokyo, so he does not get additional points for that. And did I just make up the drill? Yeah, I did make up the drill. There is a yellow flag in sector 1. It's Pablo who spun in the first the third corner. Actually, it might be the fourth corner, but it's the third. It's the third like real corner on the track. Not really a great race for Pablo, isn't it? He kind of he's kind of struggling right now with the pace and with the grip. Uh, the sprint race, I think, was a much better race for him. He was in top 5 for some time. This race really is not going according to his plan, I suppose, as Phil Malone is slowly cutting back on that gap to Blazer, but I don't think that's gonna be. Well, there's no way that's enough. That's enough. I don't think he's gaining enough time to overtake Blazer because it's the last lap, and those are the last corners. And Blazer so far looks like is in the winning position in this race. Blazer enters the final corner section. He enters the last corner. He comes out of the last corner, and he will come out of the last corner victorious as he wins the race in Imola in F2 in LRC. Phil Malone comes in second. Loris comes in third, but not on the track. He drops down to fourth. And Trimoshev is bumped into third. I kind of forgot about Coolest's 10-second time penalty for pit lane speed violation. He drops down to 5th. Um, the gap at the end of the race between first and second ended up being only 0.769. So that was a close one at the end there. Phil Malone did gain a lot of time coming in the end of the race. As Pablo still didn't finish, but he will finish 11th, I think. Yeah, I mean there is no way he gains positions after checkered flag. I think. Uh, as he crosses the finish line, and he's the last driver to finish the F2 race in Imola. That was a fun race. That was a fun race to watch, and that was a fun race to commentate. It probably wasn't that fun of a race to watch. Um, if you are, for example, Bablo, but if you're a Bablo, or I lost the track of what I was saying. Anyways, that's it. And in overall standings, Blazer won with 33 points. He didn't win the first race, but that feature race win and the fact that I Like Trains really had a horrible feature race made him win. I'm sorry. Um, Phil Malone is second in the weekend results. Trimashev is third in the weekend results with 19 points, only 1 point behind Phil Malone. Loris is fourth with 17 points, but I think that might. I think he might. But let's wait for Stewart's verdict on some events that happened with Loris, because I think if Zuxon reports, and that's a penalizable offense. But I'll leave Stewart's to think about that. Coolest is sixth, not the race he wanted. He could have finished, I believe, fourth if he did not violate the speed limit. But it happens, and I won't have time for the rest of the grid. I will make a quick screenshot. Sorry, I apologize. As I said, I'm at the start of the stream. I'm a bit sick, so yeah. All right, we'll come back to you guys with driver interviews. I believe in a few minutes. See you then. Yeah, Loris now tries to overtake Phil Malone as we. All right, we are here for the driver interviews, and the first driver to be interviewed will be who will it be? It will be Blazer, with whom I'll move into the voice channel. Oh, is my yeah okay. Quickly move over there. Hello, hello, Mister.
Hello.
Hello, Mister. How are you doing? First of all, after the two races, the sprint race and feature race, how are you feeling?
Great. I mean, second, first doesn't get a lot better than that.
Yeah, it was a great result from you. Um, I want to talk about first of all, I want to talk about the sprint race because feature race went quite well for you, I think. Sprint race. Was it difficult getting up the field, overtaking the drivers that capitalized on the reverse grids format?
Most drivers were easy to pass, except Boblo, who started second, I think, on the reverse grid, which it showed because he took all the corners like half the speed of what I was taking them, and every time I went for a move, he pushed me off the track, so that got annoying. But once I got around him, I gapped like 2 seconds in three corners, so that was nice.
Yeah, we saw a little of bumping happening between some drivers in this race. Um, Race went fairly well from you. Did you could have could you have overtaken I like trains, or was it like a pace difference sprint race?
I definitely think I could have passed him, and that's part of the reason I was so aggressive getting past Trimmer, which obviously Trimmer was not happy with what happened. We made contact, he ended up spinning. I personally think I was not in the wrong there. I made a dive bomb. I reviewed the replay myself like 10 times, and we just had wheel lock. He had more than a car length to the curb by the time we touched, so he had space. I did have space to the inside, but there wasn't much more I could do. So I obviously feel bad that he got taken out from that, but it still was not my fault.
I see, I see. Well, stewards, if Trimmer Shave decides to report that incident, stewards will obviously handle that accordingly. What about feature race? Did you do you think that without I Like Train's second pit stop, you could have won? Because we definitely did. Because I Like Trains decided to pit for the second time. I'm not sure if you know what happened, but it was quite
I do
the
not.
right.
He, I just saw him box lap 6 for super softs, and I knew instantly those tires would not go 13 laps.
Yeah,
So I kind of just I backed off my pace so I wouldn't get a penalty, and yeah.
and yeah, you delivered. It was a close finish also. Phil Malone finished only 7 tenths behind at the end there.
He
Uh,
needed one more lap, and he would have won.
yeah, the tire difference was massive, right?
Yes.
Uh, well, that was even apart from that, that was a great race, I think, for you. And yeah, I congratulate you deeply for winning that race. Do you have anything to add, like from your heart, you know?
Um. Uh, I don't know. Fuck the Imola track limits, I guess.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, and congrats on the feature race win and for the podium and sprint race. Should I move you back to the?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll just leave.
All right. He left so abruptly, which I wanted to kick him out. I'm joking, obviously. Next one on the list will be Mr. Phil Malone. Let me just quickly move him to this chat. Okay, failed. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Phil Malone. Well, first of all, how are you doing? In this fine evening.
I think quite okay.
Mm, That's good. I mean, the race result in the feature race was great. Not so much in the sprint race, but feature race was alright. First of all, tell me what happened in the sprint race. Was it the drivers, the passing, and all the chaos happening, or were you happy with the result?
So for the sprint, not much I could do. I got caught up in the turn two chaos and Tamburello.
Yeah, you spun around, I think, in turn one,
Yeah,
right?
the turn two, Tim and
Yeah.
Gullis collided in front of me. and I couldn't go anywhere. Yeah, so and then I honestly it wouldn't have been so bad, but then I did some, I don't know, my tires didn't warm up properly or whatever it was. I spun again out of Alta, Variante Alta. It was really difficult to get grip in the tires on the first 2 laps. Yeah, and then afterwards it went better. We had a bit of pace, but being so far off is of course a bit difficult in the sprint.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult to come back due to like not enough laps to catch up to your rivals, right? It's the lap. There was not enough laps, right?
Yeah, exactly. For the sprint to catch up in the end, it was not good enough, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it happens. But the real points come from feature race, and I think you nailed the feature race, scoring 18 points there and finishing second. That was a that was a great race by you, and tell us how it unfolded because from my perspective, you seemed at first like an underdog for the podium, but I was proven wrong.
Yeah, the sprint, the feature went more or less to plan, I guess. Not to fight too much with the super soft starters is always a smart choice to do because you lose more time in battling with them instead of actually gaining of that. Only when you have DRS, then you could profit of that, but not so much in the first 2 laps. So give the positions and recover in the end when you are on the super softs. Basically, had some good overtakes, I would say.
Yeah,
When I did
there were
some.
some nice overtakes.
But mostly, thank God, uneventful. But
Yeah,
if Loris wouldn't have spun, I probably wouldn't have catched him. Honestly, he was way faster than him. You clearly saw that of the lap times he had overall.
yeah,
If he wouldn't have spun and made a mistake afterwards, it would have been maybe only P3, but yeah, the P2 is really good. One more lap and I would have maybe also catch Blazer in the end.
yeah. I was just about to ask that. Do you find it annoying that the race didn't last 19 laps?
What you can say, annoying. Blazer made a better choice on the tires here, and you have to give credit for that, honestly. When he can actually outpace you on a old set of mediums,
Yeah,
on and you when you are on super soft, you must have made something right. I mean, I know my pit wasn't the best. I were really careful not to get a 10-second penalty on the pit entry. I was maybe a bit too careful there, losing maybe a few tenths, but it's better than 10 seconds. And then when I wanted to get back out of my pit box, the car stood there for longer than I also wanted. So that also cost me a bit of time. Maybe if I wouldn't have had those small mistakes in the pits, it could have been better. But P2 is still a
it's
very
still great.
strong result. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to ask how scared of Loris returning back to the track you were when he spun, because I saw that he reset it like back to the track like right in front of you.
I was looking at the bag right now, and I just saw resetting right basically when I was in his car, so I wasn't that jump scared, thank God.
Ah, all right,
I
yeah.
was more jump scared of avoiding Zogson in the sprint race.
Yeah. But you didn't collide at the end, so it all went nicely, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add to the viewers watching?
Toyota is the best team. I love my Supra, which I'm driving right now.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
It's a Toyota Supra. It has 6 cylinders and a Toyota
Oh,
livery. So
mm,
normally it's driven by a guy called Miata, but now I have it.
nice. That's sweet. Is it has branded?
No, it isn't Haas branded.
Put a hat
Not yet.
sticker on there after in the next season.
Yeah, maybe Miyata will listen to me. I don't know. Or maybe he's not there in F2 anymore. I don't know. I don't watch F2.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for driving, and congrats on P2 in overall standings and in the feature race. And by the way, can I just ask you for a quick favor? Can you ask Coolest if he wants to be interviewed? Because I see him streaming the NASCAR.
I don't know. Blazer was just in here. What the hell? Where is he?
Sorry?
Blazer was in the interview rating right now.
Yeah, but I just noticed that Coolest is
Yeah.
streaming NASCAR, and you know what that means. I think.
Yeah. Let's see. I pinged them both for you.
All right.
Let's see if he answers.
All right.
I stay with you as long as I get an answer.
All right.
Coolest passes. Okay. I already did you interview Blazer?
Yeah, I did interview Blazer.
Oh, okay. Then you were faster than I expected. Okay. I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah, but I was asking because, you know, he does this content, right?
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, can you ask him? You pinged him.
Coolest already answered he doesn't want to.
Alright.
I
Alright,
leave
well,
then.
yeah, alright, see you.
Goodbye. Thank you
goodbye.
for the broadcast today.
No worries. Yeah, and congrats again.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Alright, well, who's the next one to be put in the interview room? I forgot. By the way, I forgot to ask ask people. I forgot to ask Blazer if he wants to be interviewed. So yeah, I apologize to Blazer about it. Well, let's see who's next. Next on our list is Trimmershave, who is there, but try pull him in. I'll ask him first. I'll be nice. I'll be polite. Alright, Trimmershave wants to be interviewed, so here he comes in 3, 2, 1. Hello there, Mr. Bulgaria.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Good evening. Welcome to the commentary basement. What a great race you had. What a great race. Great 2 races actually, I think.
At least one of them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they were both alright, I would say. You finished in top 6 in both of them, I believe. Am I right?
I don't know anymore. I don't remember.
But the pace was, I think, alright. How do you feel, first of all?
I'm good. I finally got a podium on this game.
Yeah.
Took a bit of time, but we are back. We're so back.
Yes, proud Bulgaria. Bulgaria is proud of you, Trimish.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm doing them proud.
Yes, you did. There was well, a lot of action going on in. Well, let me start with the feature race, sprint race first. I'm sorry. There was a lot of action, I think, in the sprint race for you. You were leading for quite a bit. Do you
Yeah.
think that you could have won, or was it like an unrealistic perspective?
I didn't
Just-
have the pace to keep up with Trains and Blazer, really. I was hoping to get at least a podium.
Yeah, but then Blazer kind of it's
Yeah.
debatable, but yeah,
Did you
there was an
did you
incident.
see it? Did you see it in the stream?
I did see it.
It showed on the stream.
Yeah, I showed it, but it was like from
Okay.
far back because you know Cody's and their cameras. Yeah, from that perspective, it was kind of a Blazer fault, but it was a
It
pretty
was for
bad
pretty much everyone,
perspective.
I'd assume.
Yeah,
He had like so much room on the left, and you still decide to go into me.
yeah,
I don't know what kind of garbage he's spewing over here in the interviews, but I mean, it's Blazer. What do you expect? It's
I'll,
nothing new.
let stewards stewards handle that situation and penalize or not penalize accordingly. I mixed up the feature race, or sprint race and feature race. Actually, the sprint race wasn't really that great due to that incident, but the feature race really
Yeah.
did go kind of well for you.
Yeah.
For you. I mean, you definitely capitalized on the I like trains incident. I don't know why he put it twice. Do you know why he put it twice?
I don't know if that was incident. I was just maybe stupid. I don't know.
All right. Well, that
Maybe
was
he got damage or something. I don't know.
all right. Well,
But I did choose the right strategy again. I was
yeah,
sure that the mediums are gonna be better here.
yeah. The
It,
super softs really were a nice tire at the end there. You
yeah, they're good at the end, and at the start they're pretty much similar to the mediums. So
yeah.
there's not much time lost.
The difference was quite massive, like between the pace, from the medium pace and the super softs pace at the end.
Yeah.
Do you think you could have done anything differently to maybe get squeeze some more points out of this race?
Well, for the sprint, obviously, yeah.
But that wasn't.
For the feature, I think that was the maximum extent. I did I did enough.
It
I don't
was a
know if
great
I could
race.
have caught Blazer there. Phil was definitely similarly ish faster than me, but I was really slowing down to avoid getting track limit warnings.
Yeah.
I only got one during the entire feature race.
Oh, that's nice.
And obviously that got me like 2 positions in the end.
Yeah, that's.
It really paid off.
Yeah, cautiousness pays off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that was that. By the way, that's a podium for you in the overall weekend standings. So yeah, congrats on that.
Thank
Mm,
you.
I don't know what else can I ask you. Do you have anything to add to say?
Not really. It wasn't that interesting overall. I didn't really have any overtakes. My starts were really good.
Yeah, I know your
Good.
sprint race starts was insane.
It wasn't that good. Just the others were really bad.
Uh,
I did
ah,
kind of. I figured out pretty much how to do the start with the F2 cars.
I mean,
I've kind of nailed that at this point. And I always gain positions at the start
just a
because of
DNA difference, right?
yeah. I'm just him.
Yeah, you're the
You
guy.
know. Yeah.
All right.
God, heaven, and earth. I am the one. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm sorry for not being able to ask you any more questions, but as you said,
No, that's fine.
that wasn't really a very eventful race for you. I mean, it's not a bad thing, I think. You know,
That's all right. Yeah, just staying clear of
any incidents.
the instances that I can.
Sorry?
But yeah. No, nothing.
All right. Well, thank you for racing and congrats on the podium in the feature race. And yeah,
All right. Thank you.
see you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye. Uh. All right. So the next victim of I mean, not victim. Why would that person be a victim? Just joking, obviously. I posted the link to the driver of the day votes on the chats on Twitch, so that everyone that's not on Discord, I mean, so that you guys have a chance to vote on the driver of the day's race, and the next driver to be reviewed. Lars is not there. I Like Trains is also not there. Coolest is there, but he doesn't want to get interviewed. Leland is there, so Leland will be the next guy. Leland here, quick. Hello, Leland.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening to you, mate. Well, first of all, how you doing? I think you did great this race.
Man, I had the sprint race of my life. I
Yeah.
literally my forehead was crying. I was
Uh,
sweating all over the place, man. It was fucking insane. I was shaking at the end because I couldn't imagine to actually perform that well on the sprint at least.
that was a great race, sprint race. That was a great battle with Coolest as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Coolest, I think, struggling a bit with his car. So you capitalized that very well, and you got his position. I mean, you won over him by some advantage at the end there. Uh, the sprint race was great. Did you capitalize? Well, did you find it hard to like start in that reverse grid order? I mean, did you?
Okay, basically what happened is that like on the sprint, I actually had a better start than Pablo. The problem is that I have been having this problem for quite a long time, few months, which is multiple shifting.
Ah,
So
yeah.
like for example, if I was in third gear and would like switch up to fourth, I would find myself being on fifth gear instead.
Ah, yeah.
So okay, that's what happened in the sprint. I mean, at least it happened only at the start. While in the feature race, it happened so many times. That's why I lost ground to the like first 6, 7 people. Yeah, the feature race was a little bit of a letdown, even because like at some point in the last corner, I lost the car. I tried to slow down. Uh, but yeah, I took the wall and front wing damage, which didn't get fixed because I didn't forget to change the option, but it was too late to change the option apparently. So I didn't have my wing fixed, and yeah, I finished like P8 behind.
Yeah, P.
No,
No, that was
I
P9,
had the
P9.
P9. Ah, P9. Okay,
Yeah, you
okay,
think.
okay.
Yeah, that was not definitely not as clean as the sprint race, but I think the sprint race went fairly well, and I think you should focus on the positive. You scored 6 points from the sprint race, so that's a great result, and that's your first podium of this F2 championship, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is, and wow, like I was shaking, man. It was. I would never expect something like that. I'm very happy about it. Yeah, the feature is kind of balances it, but yeah, whatever. As I said, and maybe I did jinx it that I would crash. I would literally not care before because after the sprint, I was like, yeah, I did the best I could. Like I can fuck off now.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I see your
very happy.
perspective there. But the sprint race wasn't that bad, I think, as well. It just wasn't as clean as the feature race wasn't as bad as wasn't that bad. It was just not as clean as the sprint race, right?
Yeah, because as I said, I had this problem with the wheel, and I also lost the car. So yeah, I mean, it could have been better, but yeah, at least I finished in the points as well. So yeah, I'm pretty happy on the weekend I did. Very amazing fight with coolest,
Yeah, that was great.
very fair, very aggressive, but very clean as well. So yeah, big GGs to him as well.
And there was no contact, which is always a great thing.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I mean, you're both excellent drivers, so that's not really a surprise. Both like
Mm.
Schumacher type drivers, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Did you think about uh do you think that the home turf helped you achieve great success today?
Yes, yes. I did it because of the Italian flag and the fucking plot armor.
Yeah, yeah. It's the home turf advantage, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Surely it was that.
Yeah.
and because I had no con Scorpio. For the ones who did participate in the previous season of LRC, they know what I am referring to.
Uh,
So yeah, you. It's fine that you don't get it. No
I
worries.
think I do, but I'm not really sure if I get the correct if I know correctly. But all right, never mind. Well, congrats, man, on the podium.
Danke, danke.
Yeah, see you next week, hopefully. Is it next week? I think it is next week, right?
Should be, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Austria.
yeah. All right. Well, mate, congrats again, and see.
Yeah, time to fuck off.
Hmm?
Time to fuck off.
Uh, no, I'm not Fred. I'm not gonna tell you to fuck off. Don't worry.
I'm gonna tell myself no worries. Bye.
All right, fuck off. All right. Who is next? Is there anyone that wishes to be interviewed? The next driver to be interviewed is Miss Zoxen. Mr. Zoxen, I believe finished. He finished sixth in the feature race. All right, he didn't score points in the sprint race. Gonna ask him just real quick. I'm just gonna remind you that the driver of the day vote is still on, and you can vote for the driver of the day. I believe the participants are Blazer, Phil, Trimmershave, Coolest, Loris, and Leland. Um, well, all right. He wants to be interviewed. He didn't say that, but I can feel that he wants to. All right, yeah, he confirmed. Well, hello, Miss. Oh my. Well, with that amazing jingle, I welcome you to the commentary basement. How are you doing, man?
Fine, fine, fine. After the feature race, it was okay.
Yeah, the feature race went good. The sprint race didn't go quite well. I think didn't go according to plan, right?
Yeah, I didn't have that much practice with the F2 car, so yeah, it was to get in, you know.
Yeah, bit of a disappointment, the sprint race. But let's focus on the positives, right? The feature race, everything went smoothly from our perspective. Was your perspective the same? Was everything? Did you do everything as you wanted? You want?
Yeah, actually, in course of driving, it was actually quite fine. Except yeah, P6 it could have been better without the touch with Loris, and also if I didn't have to uh, collect warnings to get a penalty. Yeah, it was actually okay.
It wasn't that terrible. You also had um your teammate scored a podium. So that's great news for Roden, right?
Yeah, Trident.
Sorry?
We are
It's
Trident,
Trident.
not
I
Roden.
apologize. My bad. Yeah, I that was really not that much. Actually, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I just really don't know. What can I ask you? Do you think that you could have done anything differently to maybe get a better position in any of the races aside from the
Well,
penalties? You tell me.
yeah, except the penalties, not that much. I could have got less spins in the sprint race. In the feature race for the feature race, I just took more rear. That helped, and yeah.
I see.
Just
I
got
see.
a bit more practice, and yeah, it actually helped quite a lot. Nothing much I could do. So yeah,
Um,
as I said, I only would have got the better place without the contact with Loris or the penalties. Yeah.
yeah, the contact with Lars was really, yeah, not the greatest, not great, great thing for you. Definitely influenced the race. Well, do you have anything to add to the audience watching this stream right now?
Not much actually. It was quite good, and yeah, I get better than in Austria.
Yeah, it's kind of still a week for you to practice, so hopefully you'll you'll have a wonderful race next week, and yeah. Well, thanks for racing, and yeah, congrats on the P6. I think it was in the feature race, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Congrats on that, mate, and yeah, see you next week in Austria, as you said.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, now we move to the last person that wants to get interviewed, who is Arrow. Arrow, Arrow is, I believe, the team principal in. Is he? Never mind. Let's just move him over. Hello, Arrow. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hello, mate. Welcome to the commentator basement. How are you doing, mate?
Good.
Good, good. That is very neat thing to hear, obviously. Uh, you weren't racing today, but how do you view the race?
Okay, so as a TP,
Yes.
I can't. So basically, I just wanted an interview to basically explain what happened because I don't know if you caught that. But Trains was going for the win. He was
Yeah.
about to like
Oh
basically
yeah, I
win.
was asking the drivers about it. What happened with him?
So of course, not to like to say that Blazer didn't earn the win. That's not at all what I'll be saying. Also, congrats to him again, because he definitely did what he had to do. We just fucked up strategically. So, oh, arrow is way too loud. Still a bit too loud. Okay.
No, I fixed it.
Interesting. Okay. So, uh, okay. So he started on mediums, and Bablo started on softs or super softs, and I was watching Bablo's POV, right, because he was sharing his screen, but Trains couldn't. So what happened is that we were planning basically the pit stop time for both, but the most important call was for Trains, obviously.
Yeah, he
And
was in a better position.
Yeah, but it was on mediums, but I was basically looking at making him pit as if he was on super softs because Pablo was on super softs. So I don't know, I mixed those two compounds up. Basically, I was like looking at Pablo in my like in his stream, and I was like, okay, Trent is on the same compound, so we'll have to do it. It's gonna be the same thing basically, but it was not. And I realized like 2 laps after, oh no, we fucked up, or rather, I fucked up because Trent's basically just followed instructions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't realize as well what was going on because he told me after that. Basically, he was just like looking at pit lap, and so yeah, that's what happened. We basically gifted the win to Blazer, and yeah, that's basically what happened. So my interview was basically not to put any blame on Trains or whatever because the blame is fully on me. So I wanted to say what happened. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's still GG's to Blazer. He did really well. It was fast. We were faster, but we ended up fucking up. So yeah.
It's
I thought
racing at
the
the end
game
of the
gave.
day. Racing at the end of the day. Those mistakes can happen. Yeah. I mean, I like trains. That trains definitely had pace to win, as you said. My perspective. Were the tires that bad that he had to pit
No,
again?
no. It was just like literally just confusion from my side, and
Right.
as I said, because I mean, if he was on super softs, the pit stop would have been like perfect. The issue was he was on mediums, and none
Yeah.
of us actually like took that into account, right? So yeah, he did what he should have done. He just trusted me, right? But I guess he didn't understand what was going on as well. He said like he was just looking at the pit lap. He was just thinking about the pit lap. He wasn't really thinking of, okay, what compound am I on? Which is really fair. I mean, it's driving, and that's just my job to like look at the strategy and whatever. And yeah, it's so no, there was no issue with the tires themselves. As I said, it was just confusion, and yeah, it's the first time since I TP and the first time since I'm a driver. I mean, of course, as a driver, it's easier to focus on what compound you are on, but yeah, like it's the first time overall in my league racing career that such thing happens, and yeah, it's totally on me for sure. There's nothing to blame trains about.
It happens, but I have to just one question to ask. Was it why did you, because you pitted 2 times, right? Trains pitted 2 times. Am I right? Or did he
Yes.
pit one? Yeah. Did he pit the second time because the tires were like about to explode, or was it?
Yeah. So very good question. So as I wasn't able to watch, like I didn't have a stream from his end, so I really didn't know about his wear or anything. So I told him to stick around. Like once the mistake was done, we could only basically just stick around until the end of the race, which wasn't possible. We realized that it just wasn't possible. He would have been like far gone into the puncture range and probably wouldn't have been able to finish the race. So we had to pit at some point, and I told him to stick around until like lap 13. So maybe if there is a safety car, we would still be in contention. We would just pit for softs again, and then I mean, game would still be on. And he was doing a really great job. I mean, even on used super softs, he was still like matching Blazer's pace. So he was doing really well. But
the tires just wouldn't survive until the end.
Yeah, exactly. So he absolutely had to pit again, and so yeah, I told him like lap 13 was gonna be like the threshold. If we exceeded that, then we would have to pit, and yeah, he ended up pitting at lap 14. I'm not too sure if he got the fastest lap point at the end, because I think Loris ended up getting it.
Oh, well, let me check.
Did?
Wait, let me check. Got 4 points. No, he did not. Loris got it at the end.
All right.
He was
so,
on the
yeah,
super soft
yeah.
at the end, so front view.
Yeah.
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 It's a shame.
Yeah.
Shame, but it happens.
Yeah, I mean, on trade side, that was basically what happened. With Bablo, I mean,
the race wasn't really good. I mean, the sprint race was alright. It started fairly well.
Yeah, we knew naturally he would like go down in positions, and he did what he was supposed to do. Like the first 3-4 laps, he did exactly what he was supposed to do, and he defended well, which allowed trades to go up. We didn't really mind too much about Trimmer staying in front and creating a gap. That wasn't really a concern for us because we knew naturally that both Blazer and Trains would end up just catching back up. So it wasn't too much of a concern, but so he did really well in that regard. And I think he still managed to salvage 1 or 2 points in the sprint, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, okay.
No, he did not. Oh, I really thought he did, but he didn't. I think he.
Oh, he got P9, no?
Yeah, he got P9. He spun at the end, I believe.
Yeah,
like right at the end.
Yeah. So again, like a solid performance that got tarnished by basically mistakes that just came from basically lack of practice and whatever. But
Yeah.
hopefully stuff we can iron out for the next few races. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how the standings look right now, but I would guess Blazer should be leading.
Yeah, I think
Um,
so as well.
Yeah, by quite a margin, but I mean, it's a short calendar, so hopefully, I mean, we know this will impact quite a bit in the end, much more than in a actual big season. But hopefully, we can manage to claw back some of those points, and yeah, still be able to fight for the driver's title with trains.
Yes. I mean, there is always next race, right? There is always place to improve, as you said. And yeah, well, thank you, man, for being here and and yeah, congrats on the on the results. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think yeah, Train's got a podium in the sprint race, so he won the sprint race, right? Yeah, he won a sprint race.
Yeah, he won the sprint race. So yeah, as I said, the sprint race was like formidable. Everything was really well done by trains. We worked on some stuff that didn't work. Didn't work well in the last race. We worked on that, and yeah, he did everything he should have. He was fast. He didn't get track penalties. Yeah, up until this feature race, up until that mistake that I did, yeah, he was doing really marvelous. So nothing to say about him.
All right. Well, all right. Well, congrats on the results, and see you next week, man.
Thank you. I'll see you
All
next week.
See you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. Now we move to the funny part, which are the clips. See if there's holy, there's a lot of clips. Um. All right. Well, let us take a look at some of the clips that the drivers posted. The first clip is from Bablo, the start of the race. Let's watch it from his perspective. The start goes pretty. That was a pretty neat start. Pulls around the outside of Kateshi. He gets pushed onto the grass. Oh, oh, that's brutal. Ah, that's a shame. That was a great start. That's a shame. There's still more. Yeah, that's a big shame. That was a great start by Bablo. That's a big shame that he got on yeah, yeah, that's a shame. Next on board is from Phil Malone. Phil, what's happening here? Oh, is it gonna be around the outside maneuver? Oh, it is around the outside maneuver. Oh, that's sweet. That was a sweet move. That was a sweet move. It wasn't a sprint race. Lap 6. Great move by Phil Malone. Around the outside of the Prima driver. Really nice. And also put him in the points position. Next clip is from Blazer. I believe it's the incident with Trimmer. No, it's not the incident. That's the overtake on Phil Malone around the outside and Varianti Alta, I think it is. I'm not really sure. I forgot. I checked the corner saying before the stream, man. I swear. But it was a great move. Let me show it once again. For clip. Round the outside. A lot of grip. And yeah, he got the move done. Very nice move from Blazer. Now that's the incident with the move on I Like Trains. Very sweet move. Around the outside. There was a bit of a contact, I think. But it was a great move. It was a great move. Overall, very we can see some great moves happening in the clips. Let's now see Mr. Zoxen. What's happening here? Mr. Zoxen. Is that gonna be a spin? Yeah, that's a spin.
You died.
Fun.
Oh,
Ah, that's unlucky.
Shit. could have spun as well.
Oh, that's a shame. It's a shame. I think he took little. The line was kind of the line was a bit off coming into the corner. I think. Yeah, no, it was way too much speed.
Get high on Delta.
Yeah,
You died.
this game really hates that those kind of mistakes. Here we have a clip from Kimmy. Kimmy avoiding very narrowly avoiding a crash. Great reaction time from Kimmy. Oh, Norris, I think spun Zuxen around. Oh wait, I think was it the clip with Loris? Did he go for it? I didn't really see him going for it. Oh, he spun out on himself. Zuxen
You
knife.
died.
That's how Loris got his front wing damage as well,
Lucky.
I think. Well, that's a shame for both drivers. Here's the second incident with here's the second clip with Mr. Zuxen as he spins into the wall in the last corner of the track. Well, it happens. It happens to all of us. I think he got a little bit distracted by Loris. Obviously, it's not Loris's fault. It's was his mistake, Mr. Zuxen's mistake, but I believe that might have been cause of that incident. I don't know. Here's the start by Kimmy. Take a look at it. Great start. We get a better perspective on the Bablo, on Kateshi pushing Bablo wide, and Tim Bleish also got tangled in that mess. Not ideal for those drivers. Kateshi was being in kind of a sandwich there. Not really much he could have done. As Kimmy damaged his front wing, hitting hitting Tim Bleish in his side. Well, that's really unfortunate. It happens. Here's the clip from Film Alone. Last corner, Zoxen reversing onto the track quite dangerously. Yeah, that must be that was quite irresponsible from Mr. Zoxen. Let's see another clip from Mr. Zoxen. I'm guessing from the title that it's an overtake. It is an overtake. He overtook Kateshi there. Around the outside, switchback. That's a sweet switchback. Oh, that was a nice. That was a drift. But it was a good move. It was a good move. It was a good move. Next clip is from Film Alone again, as he tries to overtake Coolest, but Coolest leaves him no space on the outside. I think we were watching that battle. Still got his way. Loris kind of hit him in the rear there, I think. Switchback, and he's alongside Coolest. And that's a move well done by Film Alone. Great move there from our beloved German. Next clip is from Mr. Zoxen. Oh, Loris hit him in the rear there, I believe. We were also watching that, I believe.
So that.
Very, very unlucky incident there. Let's see if let's see if Mr. Zuckman reports it, because if he reports it, that might be a penalty for Loris, which can also change the outcome of the race. You missed the one from Zoxen. Coolest made a mistake there. Didn't want to go for that into Tosa. You missed. Did I miss? The one from Zoxen. That message. I didn't see. I just noticed. I don't think I missed any Zoxen. Did I? Yeah, I missed that one. Yeah, alright, I think I know. Alright, let's check out this clip. That's a clip from Mr. Film Alone. We see Lrc spinning, and he just looked backwards, and as he said, holy, that was... If he didn't look backwards, that would have been a crazy jump scare. I also think that's illegal, to rejoining the track like that, so he might get penalized, Lrc, for that also. Which, again, can cause some reshuffling in the finishing order. I'm sorry. I think that's all. I believe that's all. Alright, I watched it by now. You didn't want to go that into those? Yeah, that was a risky move there into turn 1. I think I know what you mean. I think I know. I think yeah. It's it's this one, right? Yeah, it's this one. The turn 1 here. Yeah, that was dangerous, but I mean that was not. I think that was legal. That was legal. Tosa is the hairpin. Oh my god, my bad. Holy. Well, I mixed up the clips then, I think. Yeah, I swear to God, I reviewed the names of the corners before the stream, but I forgot all of them by now. My short-term memory is insanely bad. Well, we watched all the clips right now, by now, and, well, I think that's it for today's stream. Thank you for, watching, and yeah, see you next week in Austria this time around. It's gonna be an interesting race, that's for sure. Austria is always interesting. And I'm not sure, but there might be rain. I might be wrong though. Well, see you next week, guys, and have a good night. Or morning if you're in America. Well, alright. Bye bye.